Hello guys, last video we created a RESTful API to serve data partially to either infinite scroll or pagination in the front end, and today we're going to continue with creating a simple web page powered by Bootstrap, minimalist but nice and cute. I hope you will consider that nice and cute, just like I do. So let's actually start the server by typing python3 app.py. So if you didn't watch the previous part, you can actually start right from this point. In that case, you'll need to download the only app.py file. That's the only file here. And also don't forget this london.csv. The link to this code will be provided in the description, of course, as always. So basically in this video you can ignore this part completely. So this is just the boilerplate for Hello World Flask application basically, and what we would be writing as the backend code today would be just located over here in the root function. So we'll basically just grab this part of code and that's it, and the entire video would be dedicated to the front end, so how to make a nice cute Bootstrap powered view in your browser. So let's actually start. So at the moment we have a server running the port number 5000. So let's go to our browser and check what we got there. So we got a simple string, that's it. So now what we actually need to do here, we want, instead of returning a single string, we want to return a rendered HTML template. So in order to do that, first we have to import the render template method. So I say from Flask import render template, and by default the render template method is looking to the folder called templates in the current working directory, and let's create the file called home.html. So this would be the file that would be served as the static file. It's not really static, it would be rendered dynamically at some point, but that's the front end file. That's the very gist of this. So before ever actually doing something in that file, first we need this is a three-part series. So the first part we did implement the REST API. In the second part we would just render the very first portion of data using Jinja template renderer, and in the last part of this little series we'll create an infinite scroll using jQuery. So we would implement that ourselves from scratch, and that's how we're supposed to observe that basically. So what we need to do now is actually to duplicate this part of code. So what it does, it just opens the london.csv file and converts its content into a Python dictionary, and then appends to this data list here. So I just simply want to grab this code at the moment and paste it here. Just don't really want to see you watching me typing this again. And instead of returning this string, we simply want to return render template, and we'll use the file home.html, and we also want to provide this data that we've just uploaded. So this data is the variable that would be used in the Jinja template renderer. If you're not familiar with that, you can check out my video of Python Flask Jinja Crash Course. It's a 20-minute video that describes Jinja template renderer. Quite pretty nice just to kickstart off, so that would be really enough. And this data represents basically the data that we are passing to the render template function. So from now on here we can use our data variable. So that's basically trying to see if that would be rendered on screen. So it is, and we don't really need all the data. Instead we need just the very first 10 elements of this, and then in the second part, the next part of this series would be dynamically uploading the data using jQuery Ajax get method, so get request. So here, instead of actually returning the entire data, passing the entire data, we want just to pass the very first 10 elements. So like this, only the first 10 elements. So this is what we're supposed to work with. Okay, and now let's actually draft a quick HTML document here. So HTML like this, and head. Okay. And the body. So now, in order to power our view by the Bootstrap, we need to do a very simple thing. Here I have a gist at GitHub that actually allows us to use this relative links to import everything from the cloud services. So basically, we don't ever even need to install anything on our computer, so we can just use the code that is available already online. So I just simply copy this stuff, the jQuery and the Bootstrap itself. So just grab this. I will leave the link to I will provide the link to this particular file in the description below the video. So we need just to simply copy this and paste in over here. So you also can provide a title here. Title. Let's call this UK real estate properties. Did I spell estate correctly? Well, I hope I did. Okay, UK real estate property. That's great. So from now on, we can use Bootstrap classes. So I would be briefly explaining what am I doing there actually. So it won't really be some sort of it's too little to be a Bootstrap crash course, but still I hope that I'll be able to explain the very gist of how to use Bootstrap in your projects, the very minimalist set of rules and maybe class names for you to be able to use Bootstrap in your project. So usually when we're dealing with Bootstrap, we need to make a triple wrapping. So the first div would be the class of container. So like this, and then we create a div with a class row, and this class allows us to render elements from left to right, so in one row. Okay, I'll explain that further on in this video. So, and also div class is equal to col, which is column basically. So like this. So if we render our data here again, nothing special about this. So these margins are done with the container. If you don't really want that, you can just set up the margin style option, or you can, well, there is lots of way how to do that. But I really like this margin, so that's not the scope of this particular tutorial, so we just leave this as is. Okay, and another really cute thing, to my personal opinion, is what is known as Bootstrap Cards. So to create a Bootstrap card, we need to create a div with a class called card, and then div class. Sorry for my pronunciation. I'm working to switch from British like pronunciation to American like pronunciation. I know for those of you who are the native English speakers, this sounds really weird, but still, give me a try. So, okay, div like this, and this one should be called card body, and now we see this nice, cute this nice cute card here. And also what is interesting about the cards, that cards can be actually nested, and that's really cool. So what I want to use in this particular video, I would like to have a single card for every element, for every single property. So let me just demonstrate this. It would be quicker compared to if I would just try to explain that stuff. So save, and also so we have all the data. Let's just use the very first element of the data. So this is how it's supposed to look like. So we would be just having the list of these cards going down, so 10, and then we would be just scrolling the page, and the new content would be uploaded. But that's the topic of the next video in this series. So also we need not only one card, but the number of cards of equal to the length of the data set that we have. So what we actually need to do here, we need to loop over all the data elements. So I say for entry in data like this, and here just and 4. So we can already use this newly created entry variable to reference the corresponding data index. Okay, and also I would like to add a little margin here at the bottom. So in order to create that margin, we need to use what is called margin bottom. Not really sure if this should have been added. MB stands for margin margin bottom, and the number provides well, 4 would be more, space 2 is last space. Let me just demonstrate that quickly. So okay, it's not that, so probably it's not in the card body but in the card itself. Okay, so now we see these little margins here. If we just say make it 3, it would be a little bit bigger, and so on. Well, probably 3 looks like just fine, so we'll leave this margin bottom with 3, value of 3 here. So okay, this is good. So now we need to create actually another row here, because what actually layout I would like to have here would be just an image from on the left and the description on the right. Well, maybe not really the description, but the list of address, description, price, etc. Well, maybe we would even make the price somewhere else. Well, we'll just basically see, and just let me duplicate this page. I just want to have an idea of what are the names of the keys within this dictionary, so to reference them in our front-end UI. Okay, so here we need to create div class equals to row, so another row, and div like this. So, and here we actually need to create 2 columns. So div class equals to column div, and I'll just copy this. Okay, nothing happens, just a bit weird. Okay, so let me just type something here. Okay, yeah, that so this is the exact behavior one, and instead of this queues we would have an image, and here we would have the information regarding our particular property element. And also we would like to have a header here. So here before ever making a card body, we would like to add what is known a card header class. So I say div class equals to card header, not like this, header like this, and well, probably no need for the new line there. And here we want to print entry title like this. So let's see. Of course, I find it difficult to enclose this into the curly braces to reference this as a variable. Okay, so now we have our titles for each single element here. So, and also this would be nice to make it strong, so it would be more kind of visible. So strong like this. Well, probably this sort of code layout would be a bit better. So okay, now this is it. Now this is cool. So here in the very first, in the left column, we want to have the image with the source equals to, and again I'm using this double curly braces to reference the variable from the data that we provided to the render template function method here. So I say entry, it is called image, so let me just quickly check that out. So image, and we have the URL here. Okay, so this is just great. So let's just update the view. Okay, now we have the images, which is really good. And you know, like I would also probably like to use the class called image thumbnail. Okay, now it's a little bit more prettier. And just for now, guys, I would comment this stuff out in order to avoid torturing the site rightmove.co.uk, which is providing us these images. So just don't really want to get banned. So for now, I just remove them for now and just enable them back when actually the work would be finished. And just hold on a sec. Okay, I just wanted to find some alternative image here, say on Bootstrap or somewhere, but didn't manage to do that, so we'll just leave them without any images for a while. Okay, and now it's time to define basically the main elements. So here I create a paragraph like this, and also use the strong tag to represent our entry, our items. So address, okay, or maybe hold on a sec. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better to use the address over here. I think that would be better idea. So let's use address there, and here instead we'd be using title and entry title like this. Okay, this is better. So the description would be nice to have a description. Okay. Not here. Okay, this is nice. So next, okay, price we'll leave for later. So date, seller, date and seller. Okay. So date, seller. Oh my god, not that. Okay, so well, maybe better call this publish date, or maybe just published. Okay. title already, the seller, image, description, date and address. So the last thing here is to add the price, and I'm just wondering where to add our price. Well, maybe just still here, but instead of paragraph, let's try to say to have something bigger as a header here, and also price. Probably I would also like to change the color of the price. Okay, so let's try green first. So in order to achieve that, create another span tag here. Okay, and class equals to text access to achieve the green text. Okay. Okay, let's try red text danger. Okay, guys, just hold on a second. I want to think about the best design for this. Okay, so probably won't ever want to use this price at all, so I'll just kick this away. And okay, just make it a little bit different. So here I say strong class text success and entry price like this. Okay, not like this. Okay, so I think this is far better way of doing things. Okay, now let's actually connect back our images. Okay, so we're oh my god, I just deleted this already. Okay, so entry image like this. So, and the one last but not least is just to add a cool cute background. So let's have this card body in dark. Yeah, let's have it dark. So the very initial card body here, so I say BG dark. Okay, and the rest I want to have it as a secondary. So container BG secondary like this. Oh no, it's not here. Sorry for this. Maybe let's just make it body. Okay, body class BG secondary like this. Okay, and now just to get rid of this nasty thing. Okay, so also want the class BG secondary. I'm not sure in the card. Probably here. Oh, not like that. Just add the class itself. Great. So this is what we got actually. So the complete sort of visual representation of the data. So we have the image, description, title, published date, seller, the price. Well, this is pretty simple and minimalist. Also, of course, the address for each one. So, of course, this is pretty simple and minimalist, but still, I believe this is nice and cute, especially when powered by Bootstrap. Okay, guys, this is it for this video, and in the next part, we're going to create an infinite scroll powered by jQuery. So, as far as we scroll down here, new items would be dynamically uploaded using the REST API that we've created in the last video, the previous one. And yeah, so the content would be dynamically updated using the Ajax GET request. So until the next time, and take care.